Good morning, all of you. Welcome to Maths Live class. Dear students, in previous session we have discussed the other chapters, surface areas and volumes. I hope you are all followed those classes. If you do not follow, please do watch after completion of this class. And in this class we are going to discuss a new chapter, okay, new topic, that is lines and angles. That is lines and angles, most important concept. It is most important concept in geometry. Okay, so primarily in this session we are going to discuss basic terms in geometry. We are going to discuss basic terms in geometry. Clear? Basic terms. We already familiar with those terms. We have learned in lower classes. Is it? So that, yeah. Okay. So are you ready? Yes. So in your real life we are observing many things, is it? In real life we are observing many things, especially these lines and angles also, is it? Okay. So before going to the topic, so I already informed you that I will discuss some basic terms in geometry, is it? So what are those basic terms? See here, I have listed out here all the points. Of course, some of you know these all, I think, is it? So just we recall those all things. So point. So usually we will keep like this. So what do you call this one? Point. Yes. Good morning, all of you. Good morning. Good morning. So fatapat all of you join. So inform your buddies, friends also to join. So don't miss the classes, my dear students. My dear friends, don't miss the classes. It is the most important concept. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. So I have put a dot here. Usually we call it as a dot. Okay. Or else, if you call in this one, we can call it as point. What do you call point? According to definition, this point has no length, no breadth, no thickness. So it is called point. Okay. It is called point. If you take more points like this and if you join like this endlessly on either side, okay, if you join infinite number of points, okay, then it becomes a line. So this is a point, okay, then it is a line. So line is a major vocabulary it is. So based on this we define many number of terms in the geometry. Okay, so point means it doesn't have thickness, length, breadth. Okay, just it is a point. So for appearing purpose I have kept a thickness, I mean a big dot I have kept here. Okay, clear? Now this is a line. Good morning all of you, good morning. This is a line having, so it is not ending at any way. So it is extending endlessly on either side. Either side means R to it. Okay. For example, I have taken a torch light. Okay. And if I keep a torch light, the light beam passes from torch light to other side. Is it? From torch light to other side. So what, like this. So what do you call these all? These are all starting from one point. Yes. In this each one is called, good morning all of you. In this each one is called, what do you call? Don't leave my students. In this, each one is called, we call, so it is having one end point and it is extending endlessly one side only. So what we call this one? So it is a part of line having one end point. So it is called ray. It is called ray. Very good. It is a ray. Now here it is having one end point. It is the end point to this ray. How many endpoints do line have? How many endpoints does line have? So for line, no endpoints. It extending endless. Is it? For ray, how many endpoints it has? One endpoint. Okay. A part of line segment which extends only in one direction is called ray. That is the definition. Okay, clear? No. Line doesn't have endpoints. It is extending endlessly. It is extending endlessly on either side. Okay. For ray, only one endpoint. Okay. Now, instead of that, if I take some part of this line which doesn't have both which have both endpoints. Part of line having two endpoints is called as segment, or we call it as line segment. It having two endpoints. Okay. Sir, then how to name these line, ray and line segment? We can use capital letters. To denote a ray line, we can use two capital letters and we can write it as AB, or else we can use small letters like L, M, N to denote a line. To denote a ray, same. We use only capital letters, but we write it as AB. Upon that, we are writing arrow symbol. Okay, it is the denotation of ray. Now, what about line segments? Line segment also same. We have to keep on two capital letters. If you keep on two capital letters, AB upon this one, so it is AB line segment. AB line segment. Maybe signal problem with you, I think. I am using 3870 kbps. Okay. So here AB ray, AB line segment, AB line. Tarun. Okay. So this is the basic terms what we have well known in lower classes also. Is it clear? Now we have discussed point, line, ray, line segment. Okay. Now if you take some points on a line, it is a line. Many points lying on this line. We know it is a fact. Its collection of infinite number of points is called a line. Okay, both are extending endlessly. See here, what we call these points? These are all points lying on the same line. Okay, so that we call these points as, for example, A, B. If you name these points as like this, A, B, C, D, E, F. Here A, B, C, D, and F are called. Here A, B, C, D, E, F, and are called collinear points. Good morning. What do you call? Collinear points. What do you call these are? Collinear points. Clear? Video is not clear. We call collinear point. We call these as collinear points. Clear? So these all points lie on same line. These all points lie on same line. So that we call these as collinear points. Okay. So what is the meaning of collinear points, my dear students? Yeah, just they have to lie on same line. Then we can say that these are collinear points. It is clear only, na beta? Video is clear itself, no? I am seeing my another mobile. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we call these as collinear points. Okay, clear. Yes. Now, What about angle? What is an angle? Is it clear? So here angle means, for example, if you take two rays, good morning, angle. If you have two rays are passing through same common point. If two rays are passing through same common point, good morning all of you. Yeah. If two rays are passing through same common point, we should say that same initial point, starting point. Initial point is the meaning is starting point. See, here is I have started, and the two rays are passing through like this. Now the region occupied by these two rays, between these two rays, is called angle. This is an angle. So here, if you take it as a fixed ray, and it is a rotational ray. Okay. Now this fixed ray I am keeping here, and now the rotational ray I am rotating. So how much region it is occupying, that quantity is called an angle. That quantity is called an angle. A quantity is called an angle. Okay. So this is called a fixed ray, rotational ray. Fixed ray, rotational ray. Clear? Okay. Fixed ray and rotational ray. We can say that is terminating ray also. We can say that it is a terminating ray. We can say it is a terminating ray also. Rotational ray or terminating ray. So it terminates. So if you move it like this, it occupies some space now. So between these two regions, between these two rays, some portion is there, that is called an angle. So how to denote, means how to measure, how do we measure an angle? What are the units to measure an angle? Yes, the units to measure an angle is degrees. What are the units to measure an angle? Degree. Okay. So degree. Okay, clear? You are appearing in a bus. You are telling not. Good morning. Yeah, good morning all of you. So rotational ray, fixed ray. Is it clear? Yeah. Degrees, yes. Degrees. So the units are degrees. So what is a degree? What is a degree? We have different types of protractors. Is it D-shaped protractor and round shaped protractor? Is it? So that circular protractor, if you divide total circle into 360 parts, okay, so each part is called 1 degree. Each part is called 1 degree. Okay. If we divide total into 360 parts, each part is called 1 degree. Okay. Clear? So 1 by 360th part of complete circle is 1 degree. Clear? 1 by 360th part of complete circle is 360, 1 degree. Clear? 1 unit. So that is 1 degree. Okay. Now we know. So angle we have done. Now types of angles. How many types of angles we are familiar with? How many types of angles we are familiar with? Yeah. So what are the types of angles? Can you say types of angles? Types of angles. Types of angles. Okay. Types of angles, yes. 6 are. So whatever it may be. So what are those? First, zero angle. Okay. Zero angle. Right angle. Straight angle. Next, complete angle. Next one is what? Complete angle. And then, yeah, acute angle, obtuse angles. Acute angle, obtuse angle. Any else? It's a reflex angle. Yeah, reflex angle also. What is the other angle? Reflex angle. Reflex angle. Any other angles missed? Zero angle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Zero, right angle, straight angle, complete angle, acute angle, obtuse angle, reflex angle. Yeah. Now what about zero angle? If the angle, if you measure an angle, if you get it 0, that is zero angle. Okay, zero angle means 0 degrees itself. 0 degrees. Right angle, so if the angle between two rays is equal to 90 degrees, then we call it as right angle. Straight angle. Straight angle means if the angle between these two is, for example, if you want to take, this is called 180 degrees, we call it as straight angle. Okay, we call it as right angle. Now complete angle. What is the meaning of complete angle? Complete angle is complete rotation. Okay. For example, if I take one ray and other ray also same on this only. Okay, this is the example. So I started here, again I reached here itself. This is called complete angle. This is called complete angle. That is how much degree? 360 degrees. A complete angle is how much? 360 degrees. Straight angle is how much? 180 degrees. Okay, clear? This is complete angle. Clear? Yeah. Next, come to the point acute angle. Okay. For a clear understanding, I will draw here figure opposite this only. This is a ray. Another ray also lie on this only. If you take one is A and another one is if it is a O initial point, and one is A and another one is B. So after rotating completely, it rotated and again it lies on same. So coincidental. But the terminating ray OB completed one rotation. Okay, clear. This is about complete angle. Now what about acute angle? The angle between two rays is above 0 degrees and below 90 degrees. So this is called acute angle. How to denote acute angle? See, the range of an angle is, this angle is, yeah, what is the range? It lies, it is more than 0 degrees and less than 90 degrees. This is called acute angle. More than 0 degrees and less than 90 degrees is called acute angle. Clear? More than 0 degrees and less than 90 degrees is called acute angle. Now come to the point obtuse angle. Obtuse angle gives us, obtuse in the sense more than 90 degrees and less than 180 degrees. Is it obtuse angle? Here more than so comes on like this. These are the two rays OA, OB. If the angle is more than how many degrees? Yeah, it lies between 0 and it lies between 90 and lies between above 90 degrees, below 180 degrees is called what do you call this angle? Reflex angle, reflecting. Okay, reflex angle. Now sorry, obtuse angle. I am extremely sorry. Obtuse angle, it is more than 90, less than 180. Clear? So we have to denote like this. Now the next one is reflex angle. Reflex. So here reflex means this is the ray. It is a fixed ray. Okay, clear. It is a fixed ray OA. Now what is going on here? This terminating ray moving from here to like this, here to again it is right angle here to this will come like this. So from here to it rotates like this. In clock, how our minutes hand moves from one place to another place, yes, rotates. So this is called reflex ray. It is more than 180 degrees but less than 30 degrees. So we call it as, we denote it as 180 కంటే ఎక్కువ 360 కంటే తక్కువ. So 180 degrees is less than, theta is less than 360 degrees. 180 degrees is less than, okay, theta is less than 360 degrees. Clear about this? 180 degrees less than, theta is less than 360 degrees. So we call it as reflex angle. Okay, we call it as reflecting from top to it is coming bottom. Okay, so that we call it as reflex angle. Clear? Yeah. Now this is about types of angles. Are you clear about this? So these are most important. Of course, you are well known in lower classes. Just we recall those all. Okay. Now, after learning these types of angles, based on this, we are going to solve problems in next sessions. Okay. Then, now, topmost, very most important concept is coming now. That is regarding lines, intersecting lines and non-intersecting lines. Intersecting lines and non-intersecting lines. Okay, don't get confused between obtuse angle and reflex angle. Obtuse means more than 90, less than 180. Reflex means more than 180, less than 360. It is called reflex angle. Okay, clear? Right. Now the point is regarding angles. Completed. Now lines. Okay, I am going to start lines. So only 4 endings. After completion of these 4 endings, then we can close the session. Okay, right. So fatafat I will go through those. These are the most important points. Many of we get confusion between these one. What are the intersecting lines? What are the non-intersecting lines? Is it? So that what are those we can discuss now clearly. So I am trying maximum to give you good content. So okay, Tarun, next time I will rectify this one. Okay, Tarun, I will rectify next time. So now we are in online, so we cannot do anything. Please excuse me. Okay, Tarun, right? Tarun, Anirudh. Yeah. Thank you for your support, each and everyone. So let me finish this remaining one. So next time I will check out any other settings we have to set, rectify it. I will rectify it. Okay, Tarun? Right. Okay, now intersecting lines. Fatafat, see, this is the most important concept, my dear friends. Intersecting lines, non-intersecting lines, non-intersecting lines. Intersecting, non-intersecting. What is this, sir? Very simple. We know what is intersecting lines. If you see here, I have taken 2 lines. These are cutting each other at one point. Those 2 lines are cutting each other at one point. Then what do you call such type of lines? And what do you call such type of lines? We call those lines as intersecting lines. Remember, my dear friends, here at how many points it is intersecting? At how many points these 2 lines are intersecting? At only one point. That point, if you consider as O, both are intersecting at one point. So we call such type of lines as intersecting lines. Usually we denote lines by either 2 capital letters or 1 small letters, lowercase letters. Small in the sense lowercase letters. So in LMR, 2 lines both are intersecting at one point. So we call those points as, we call these points as, we call these lines as intersecting lines. Both are intersecting at only one point. Okay, clear? Very good. It's clear. Now the lines which are not at all intersecting. A pair of lines are more than. Here one more difference also I will say. Okay. If you consider two lines, both are passing like this, then we call those are intersecting lines if they intersect at one point itself. Okay. Is it possible two lines to intersect more than one point? My question is it possible to intersect two lines more than one point? Is it possible? If we consider two lines, can they intersect each other at more than one point? ఇక్కడ లైన్ గీసాను, ఇంకొక లైన్ గీసాను. We know that both are extending endlessly, yes. So that if we extend like this, both are intersecting but one point only. మళ్ళీ ఇది వచ్చి మళ్ళీ ఇట్లా వచ్చి మళ్ళీ ఇట్లా వచ్చి మళ్ళీ ఇంటర్సెక్ట్ చేస్తుందా? Then we call it as not a line. It's not a line. It becomes curve. So that two lines, if we consider in a plane, okay. See my dear students, here we have to remember one word. I forgot to say you that plane. What is a plane? Plane means it is a two-dimensional region, okay, which extends endlessly on lengthwise and breadthwise. Okay, that is called plane. In a plane, okay, in a plane, if two lines are intersecting at one point, we call those are intersecting lines. ఒక టూ లైన్స్ ను తీసుకుంటే అవి ఎన్నిసార్లు ఇంటర్సెక్ట్ అవుతాయి? How many points they intersect? Only at one point only, not more than one point. It is a fact. Okay. Here I have one doubt. I have considered like these two lines. Okay. So what do you say? Are these intersecting lines or non-intersecting lines? This is figure 1, figure 2. Are these intersecting lines? These one are intersecting lines. Are these intersecting lines? In these three figures, which are non-intersecting lines? Just give me number. 1, 2, 3 are my three examples. In these three figures, which are non-intersecting lines? My question is, which are non-intersecting lines? Which are non-intersecting lines? Figure 1 or figure 2 or figure 3? Figure 1 or figure 2 or figure 3? Which are non-intersecting lines? 1 or 2 or 3? 2, 3 are non-intersecting lines. Then thumbs down for you all, thumbs down. Because of, if we discussed that the definition of line itself, lines are extending. Okay. So these are, see here, just if you extend like this, these two are somewhere intersected. Here intersected. If you extend these two are somewhere, those are intersecting. Yes. So that these are not non-intersecting lines. These are intersecting line itself. If you extend like this, both are intersecting at this point. So these are all intersecting lines only. These are all comes under intersecting lines only. Lines itself. Okay, clear. These are all intersecting lines itself. Okay. Now, what are non-intersecting lines are? Sir, when do you call these figures as non-intersecting lines? Yeah, only one thing you remember, my dear students. If you take a ruled notebook, if you take a ruled notebook, you select any two lines, a pair of lines. Measure the distance between those two lines. What do you observe? At any point, if you consider at any place, the perpendicular distance is same. At any place, the perpendicular distance is same or not? So usually we take railway track also. But railway track, when the junction comes, that time those both will intersect. Okay, when far away from the railway station, if you consider those two tracks, railway tracks, those two are parallel to each other, they do not intersect. Okay, I'm sorry, those do not intersect. Clear? So only which are non-intersecting lines? Yes, parallel lines are non-intersecting lines. Okay, parallel lines are non-intersecting lines. So how can you say, if you take these are the P comma Q, lowercase letters, P comma Q are the, if you denote by P comma Q, so if you consider the perpendicular distance between any two points, if it is same perpendicular distance, I am taking perpendicular distance, if these two distances are same, then we can say that at any point, opposite points if you take, ekkadaina sare, if you measure the perpendicular distance, if it is 5 centimeters, 5 units, 5 units, then these two lines are called parallel lines. We know, if you consider our in our home window, the window rods are parallel to each other or not. So not only window rods, if you take the, for example, if you take this board, white board, the edges, opposite edges of these two opposite edges of this board, white board, also parallel to each other because their perpendicular distance is same. Okay, so like that. Even if you take this duster, so it is the edge of this duster and it is another edge downside. If we consider these two also, if we, in this case also the edges are parallel to each other. Okay, the edges of this duster also parallel to each other. So railway tracks also comes under parallel lines itself, because how can you say, between those two tracks there are perpendicular bars. Okay, cement bars will be, do you observe those bars, white cement color, gray color, so those are also comes under non-intersecting lines. Sir, I have one doubt. You said that two lines are passing each other or intersecting at one point, means we call it those as intersecting lines. Now, sir, I am taking 3 or more lines, that means more than 2 lines through a point. How many lines can pass? My question is, through this point, how many lines we can send? How many lines can pass through this point? How many lines we can pass through this point? How many lines we can ask Chandu? Through this point, how many lines can pass? Only one line or more than one line? Or infinite? Or only we can pass only 2 lines? Through a single point, how many lines can pass? My question is that one. Answer is either 0, 1, 2, infinite. I am sorry, 0, 1, 2, infinite. Yeah, infinity. So many number of lines can pass, not only 2 lines. If 2 lines only pass through a single point, we call those as intersecting lines. More than 2 pass, then what do you call these lines? If you consider more than 2 lines are passing through the single point, in this case what do you call these lines? If you name these as LMNO, LMNOP, now what do you call these LMNOP lines? In this case only, I am sorry, this is taken for this one. Okay, here only through a single point 2 lines are passed, so that we call these as intersecting lines. Now through this single point, many number of lines are possibility is there to pass many number of lines from this point. Okay, clear? If you consider it as O. Now what do you call these lines? Can anybody answer? Yes, we call these lines as, so many lines are passing through a single point, then what do you call this point? These lines? Many number of points, if they lie on same line, we call those as collinear points. Many number of points lie on same line, we call those points as collinear points. Now your thing is, many number of lines are passing through a single point, then what do you call such type of lines? We call such type of lines as concurrent lines. What do you call? Concurrent lines. CONCURRENT, concurrent lines. Concurrent lines. Yeah, concurrent lines. In Telugu something is forgot the word. Sare kiyala. If you don't know, you should not say that. Something confusion. So that we call it as concurrent lines. Collinear points, concurrent lines. This is the main difference. So these are the most important terms in geometry. Collinear points, concurrent lines. Clear? Yeah. Collinear points and concurrent lines. Very good, very good, very good. So this is the difference between non-intersecting lines and non-intersecting lines. Intersecting lines and non-intersecting lines. Clear? So through a point, infinite number of lines can pass. Okay. Now my question is, you said that through a single point we can number of lines, sir. Very good answer. One doubt, sir. Railway tracks are parallel. Okay, sir. Tracks konni crossing outai kada, sir. What do you call, sir? I said before itself in English. When we reach the station, before we reaching the station, Chandu, sometimes they cross each other. I told already to you that far away from the station, if you consider those tracks, okay, far away from the station, if you consider those tracks only, one part of those railway tracks only comes under this parallel lines. Okay, usually railway tracks are far away from the station, so the part of those railway tracks we consider as parallel lines. That is a better example. You would take window rods and in our rule notebook, 2 lines, if we consider those two are parallel to each other. Yes, because their perpendicular distance is same. So that, okay, Chandu, clear? Right. So you have taken a lot of time to type it, I think. No, don't worry, good question. That is why I said before itself, when we reach the station, the train has to cross from one track to another track, so that they join those tracks. Okay, that is not here. Okay, clear? Now, okay, now the next important concept is completed now. Intersecting lines, non-intersecting lines, concurrent lines. Okay, clear? So what is the parallel lines means? In a plane, if 2 lines are not at all intersecting each other, we call those as parallel lines, or else the perpendicular distance between any 2 lines is constant. The perpendicular distance between any 2 lines is constant. We call such type of lines are parallel lines. Clear? We call such type of lines are parallel lines. Is it clear? Now we are going to discuss pairs of angles. Sir, what is the meaning of pairs of angles? So if you take angles pairwise, if we consider angles pairwise, okay, if we consider angles pairs of angles, yeah. Now the heading is pairs of angles. Okay, pair means 2. If we consider 2 angles, okay, if the sum of the 2 angles is 90 degrees, for example, I am taking this 35 degrees, 55 degrees, okay, it is one pair. 45 degrees and again 45 degrees, it is another pair. 25 degrees, 65 degrees, 22.5 degrees, comma, 67.5 degrees, 35 degrees, 145 degrees, okay, 125.5 degrees, comma, 54.5 degrees. So what do you call these pairs? How to identify? Okay, this can be identified by only, yeah, this can be identified by only by adding those 2 angles. If the sum of these 2 angles, if you take angle A and angle B, if we consider these as angle A and angle B, if the sum is 90 degrees, angle A plus angle B is equal to 90 degrees, then we call this pair angle A and angle B as complementary angles. Pairs of angles, we discuss these are here complementary angles. We call these as complementary angles. Next, supplementary angles. Supplementary angles. Clear? So if the sum is if the sum is 90 degrees, we call those as complementary angles. Now 45 plus 45 how much? The sum is 90. 25 plus 65 90. 67 and half and 22 and half. 90 degrees. So these are all comes under. These are all complementary angles. Okay. These are all complementary angles. Now what about these angles? Their sum is how much? 180 degrees. 35 plus 145 gives us 180 degrees. Okay. Then we call these as supplementary angles. Yes. 125 and half plus 54 and half. 125 and half 54 and half add in 5 plus 5 10 no 5 plus 9 10 no 5 6 7 8 180 degrees. So here 125 and half plus 54 and half is equal to 180 degrees. Okay, 180 degrees. Clear? So this is about complementary angles and supplementary angles. Clear? Complementary angles and supplementary angles. Sir, are they should be side by side? No. Any two angles. We can specify in separate figures also. So their sum is 90, then complementary. If their sum is 180, those are complementary angles. Now, when we call two angles are adjacent angles, it is a small concept we can find. Okay. Now my question is, what is the complementary angle of 55 degrees? Of course, I have written. I am sorry. What is the complementary angle of 55 degrees? 25 degrees. What is the complementary angle of 47 degrees? What is the complementary angle of 47 degrees? What is the complementary angle of 47 degrees? Tell me fatafat. Complementary angles of 47 degrees. So what we should do? We should subtract 47 degrees from 90 degrees. See, what is the complementary angle of 35 means what I have to do? I have to subtract this 35 from 90. 90 minus 35 degrees how much? 55. What is the complementary angle of 45 degrees means I have to subtract 45 degrees. I have to subtract 45 degrees from 90. Okay. Next. So that my question is, what is the complementary angle of 47 degrees? 33 is wrong answer. 47. 90 minus 47. Yeah. 43 degrees is correct answer. Don't get confused. Don't hurry. No need to get a hurry. Okay, clear? Yeah. Now, you have to tell in fraction of seconds. My question is, what is the complementary angle of x degrees? 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 Okay, Chandu, okay, no problem. What is the complementary angle of x degrees? What is the complementary angle of x degrees? Fatafat. What is the complementary angle of x degrees? And fatafat hit the like button also. Yeah, correct answer London. Fatafat hit the like button. Yes, 90 minus x is very good. Just we have to subtract x from 90. That's it. Okay. Now, what is the supplementary angle of 105 degrees? What is supplementary angle of 105 degrees? What is the supplementary angle of 105 degrees? 105 degrees. Supplementary angle of 105 degrees. Supplementary angle of 105 degrees. Supplementary angle of 105 degrees. Supplementary of 105 degrees. Supplementary angles of 105 degrees. Supplementary angle of 105 degrees. Yeah. Not 105 minus 180. 180 minus 105. 180 minus 105. That is 75. Yes, correct answer. Now come to the point, my dear friends. This is the figure. In this figure, it is a straight line. On the two rays are stood on this ray. I repeat, two rays are stood on this line. Okay. Here some angles are formed. Okay, clear? Then here what are those angles? Angle 1, angle 2, angle 3 and angle 4. In this I am writing some pairs here. Angle 1, angle 3, angle 1, angle 4, angle 3, angle 4, angle 1, angle 2. Okay. And angle 2, angle 4. What do you call these type of angles? See, angle 1, angle 3. These are all, if you observe, one common point is there. These are all pairs itself. These are all pairs. Pair means 2, 2. Even if 2, 2 angles unnai. Ee angle 1, angle 3 ni angles antam. What do you call angle 1 and angle 3? Yeah, adjacent angles. Okay, these are adjacent. Next, what about the angle 1, angle 4? If I give name for this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now one is adjacent angles, okay. These are adjacent angles. Second one. So in these pairs, what are adjacent angles? You type that's it. What are adjacent angles? If I give number, that's enough. My question is, among these, what are adjacent angles? Are all adjacent angles? Are any sum of these angles means any sum of these are adjacent angles means type that question. Point number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, two, three, four, 5. So when do you say angles, given two angles are adjacent angles? When do you say the given two angles are adjacent angles? 1 and 5 are adjacent angles. Okay. Only 1 and 5 it seems from Durgam. Any more answers? 1 and 5 are adjacent angles. 1 and 5 are adjacent angles. Any more answers? 1 and 3 are adjacent angles. 1 and 3. Why not 5? London? 5, 1. Are 1, 2 are not adjacent angles? 1, 3, 5. Okay. Any more? Only 1, 3, 5. Huh? No. We can take 1, 2 also adjacent angles because both have. See, I am drawing those figures again. See, first one 1, 3. This is straight line. Okay. It is 1, 3. First one I have drawn figure. First one. Now second one. For second one I am drawing figure. See how it is. For second one I am drawing figure like this, and another one is like this. I have taken 1, 4, no? So it is 1, it is 4. Okay. Next for 3, 4. For 3, 4 I am drawing the figure. For this figure is like this. For everything I am drawing figure. Okay. It is 1, it is 4. Now 1, 2. It is the most important one. I am fourth one I am drawing down. Please notice it. Fourth one I am drawing down. Please notice it. These are the two rays. Okay. Here is 1. Here is 2. Okay. Now the last one is 2, 4. 2, 4. For that also I am drawing figure. See, please notice it. 2, 4. So only one arm is enough to denote 2, 4. It is 2, it is 4. Now tell me fatafat. Which are adjacent? Yes, random. Now you are came to that. That is, I am sorry, 1, 2, 3, 5. No. See here. In first figure, these two are. What is the common property for 1? Any common property for 1? These are figures. Yeah, common side and common vertex. Very good. Should have common side and common vertex. Observe the second example. Observe the second example. Is it have common vertex and common side? For 1 and 3, common vertex is this much only. That is O. This is the common side. So that these are adjacent angles. Very good. Now come to the second one. Is it common vertex? It has common vertex, but are they have common side or common arm? No. So these are not adjacent angles. Okay, clear? These are not adjacent angles. Now come to the third one. So this is having common vertex, that is O, and for this common side is, what is the common side? This is the common side. If we name it as OA, OB is the common side. For this OA is the common side. For this no common side. Okay. For this no common side, so that these are not adjacent angles. Now come to the fourth one. Yeah, are these having common side or not? Now fourth one is the question to you, whether it has common side or not. Common vertex is there. One angle 1 is this one. Angle 2 is this one. Now for these two, what is the common side? Yeah, this is the common side. So that this is also comes under pair of adjacent angles. Angle 1 to angle 2 also. So fourth one is correct. Second one is wrong. Third one is correct. And fifth one is obviously correct because it has common vertex and OA is the common arm or common side. So this is about adjacent angles. Okay. This is about adjacent angles, pair of adjacent angles. It is clear. If two angles having common vertex and common side, then such type of pair is called adjacent angles. For adjacent angles, we don't take more than 2. We take only 2. Okay. Is it clear? Yeah. Now the last point, that is linear pair. See here. These two are adjacent angles. Are they forming straight line? No. These two are not adjacent, so chod do. These two, angle 3, angle 4 are adjacent angles, but are they forming straight line? No. Here angle 1 and angle 2 are adjacent angles, but are they forming straight line? No. Now come to this example. Angle 2 and angle 4 are adjacent angles, and are they forming straight line? Yes. Means are they forming straight angle? Yes. So that we call this type of pair as linear pair. If two angles are adjacent and if their sum is 180 degrees, we call such type of angles as linear pair angles. We call those as linear pair angles. Clear? That means if you take a line, straight line, okay, if you take a straight line, my last topic is not a 90, 180. Linear pair of angles. Now I have taken a straight line. Okay. On this, one ray is stood on this line. One ray is stood on this line. Okay. So that we call it as, if A, B, C. Now what is angle AOB? Clearly it is 180 degrees. Now I have taken angle 1 and angle 2. These two angles are having common vertex and common side. So these are adjacent angles. And also if you observe, these are forming a straight line. Means these are forming a straight angle. So then angle 1 plus angle 2 is how much here? Angle 1 plus angle 2 is how much here? 180 degrees. So that we call as linear pair. We call this as linear pair of angles. They are forming a straight angle, 180 degrees. Sum of these two angles is 180, then we call this as linear pair. We call it as linear pair axiom also. If sum of any two angles which are standing on the line, which are two adjacent angles and their sum is 180 degrees. We call such pair as linear pair. We call such pair as linear pair. Clear? Linear pair, sum of these two angles is 180 degrees. Okay. Converse of it is, if you add two angles, if they form 180 degrees, then the two angles form a straight line. So this is about linear pair axiom. It is in textbook, go through it. Linear pair axiom is saying that if you form a straight line, if on a straight line, if a ray stood like this and here two angles are forming, then sum of these two angles is 180 degrees. Converse of it is, if sum of two adjacent angles is 180 degrees, then those two angles form a straight line. That is the converse of this linear pair axiom. Okay, clear? So, my dear students, this is about some of basic terms in okay. So these are some basic terms in this geometry what we have discussed in this session. Few more will be in the next session, we will discuss and with some problems. I hope you are all clear about this concept, and thank you everyone for attending the class, and I hope all of you like my videos. Okay, and if you do not subscribe, please subscribe our channel for notifications. Keep bell icon for all notifications. And and also my dear students, so many of you not commenting in the box, please comment in comment section, then it will be boost for me. Okay, thank you. It is the end of session. We will meet in the next session with another concept of the same chapter. Bye bye, have a nice day.